All right, welcome to the Unibet Lowdown, and we have a very, very special guest today. She is a 7-division world champion. She is in the Guinness Book of World Records. She is Amanda Serrano. How are you, Amanda?
I'm good. Thank you for the great introduction.
It's quite good, though, wasn't it? I thought let's get start off on a good foot.
Yes.
So the reason we're even talking, I'd love to talk to you anyway, but the reason we're talking is that you are making your UK debut September 24th. How on earth has this happened? How is it happening? This fight, this country, and this on this amazing card? How?
Well, thanks to my team MVP. The fight on August 6th fell off, so they said I need a fight, and they got me on this card, and I'm super honored to be on this card. I'm honored that they giving me the opportunity to unify in my division, and I'm excited.
You were meant to be fighting on August the 6th, right? You were part of what was initially Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, and then Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman, and the card fell away. But the girl you were fighting on that show, I'm not sure she's as good as the girl you're fighting next month. Talk to me.
You know what? I honestly, I really don't watch my opponents. You know, the team does that, and they just let me know what needs to be done to win the fight. So I don't know. I mean, I know they're both tough. One was my mandatory in the WBO, and one's a champion. And of course, you always want to fight the champions. And I've been looking for this fight for a couple of years now for her and the WBA, because those are the two belts that I'm missing to become undisputed. And I'm just super, I couldn't believe it that she took the fight. I was like, yes, you know, everything happened for a reason. The timing was great. You know, she decided that she wants to fight now. And I was like, let's do this. And in Manchester, which would be my first time fighting over there. I know the UK fans are amazing. And I just hope that, you know, they come out and they support the fight.
Well, look, the UK fans love you. The UK fans watched your fight against Katie Taylor, an epic night for boxing. I'm not just going to say women's boxing. Yeah. It was an epic night for boxing. You left your mark on the sport, if you hadn't already, with that fight. Have you watched that fight back, Amanda?
I have. I dabbled. I really don't, because I always see my mistakes, which is a good thing as a fighter. You want to see the mistakes so you can fix it in the next fight. But it was just a great night, a great event. So I just didn't want to, you know, ruin it. And I know that we put on a hell of a show, both of us. There was blood, sweat, tears in that ring that night. The fans came out and support us. So I just want to leave it like that. I want to remember it the way I remember it.
Well, look, this is only the second time in your career that you are bouncing back from a defeat, right? But are you even really looking at it like that because it was such a historic event? Because it almost felt like you came away as a winner. You both did, really. Does it feel like you are bouncing back, or is it a bit different this time?
No, you know what? I feel like you never lose, you learn. And I felt like I didn't lose that fight. I mean, it's just I'm coming back now at my weight class. You know, my last 2 fights were at a bigger weight class. I did it for that reason. And I'm back to where I feel comfortable at 126, where I feel strong and where I am the champion of. So I'm unifying, and I feel like I'm back at my division right now.
Do you think you'll see Katie Taylor again in the future? Because obviously you say you're most comfortable at this weight. At this weight, you are a world champion. You're about to pick up another belt. Fingers crossed. You know, that's what we're all hoping to see in Manchester. But do you think you'll see Katie Taylor again down the line? It's such a big fight.
I believe so. I believe the fight. People want to see the fight. I want to see the fight again because you know what needs to be done now. But I believe so. Hopefully next year we can do it. Hopefully I become undisputed champion at featherweight, and it's undisputed versus undisputed.
Well, look, I'll ask you one more question on Katie before we move on, which is simply in the lead up to that fight. I believe it was yourself that proposed doing 3-minute rounds, and that was pushed back on. If the fight had been 3-minute rounds, and I'm thinking of a particular round in that fight where you did very, very well, and it looked like she was in a bit of trouble. If you had 3 minutes, do you think the result would have been different?
What do you think? I think so. I think if I had like 20 more seconds, it would have been a different fight. But you know what? It is what it is. We had a great night. We showed great talent in that ring that night. And you know, you just can't dwell on the past. You just gotta move forward.
Well, yeah, moving forward is September 24th. It's Sarah Mahfood. She's the IBF champion. I was mentioning earlier, you were meant to be fighting, I think it was Brenda Carabajal. Sarah Mahfood actually has a win over Brenda Carabajal, and she's unbeaten. What sort of fight are you expecting from her?
I mean, you have two champions in there. She wants what I have. I want what she has. So I think it's going to be a great war. I'm hoping that she doesn't make it easy for me to just take that title back home to Brooklyn. But it's definitely not going to be easy to take my titles. I work too hard for those things, and she just has something that I want, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go get it.
Okay. What are your goals now, Amanda? You've done so much. 7-division world champion, Guinness Book of World Records, as I keep pointing out. Not every fighter gets in there. But what's left?
Well, definitely my goal is to become undisputed champion, and that would be something just for myself, you know, because there's so many women being undisputed champion right now. But Puerto Rico, the island where I'm from, never had an undisputed champion, and I want to give that back to Puerto Rico. So that's definitely my goal.
That's a good goal to have. I hope you don't mind me saying, I feel as though with Amanda Serrano, I call you Beauty and the Beast, because I've seen you at press conferences, right? I've seen you all dolled up at the presses, at the weigh-ins, and then when it gets to fight night, it switches, and then you're just beast mode. How on earth do you contend with these two Amanda Serranos?
I don't know. I have my alter ego. Once I go through those ropes, once it's fight night, I'm the real deal. Outside, after the fight, before the fight, I'm Amanda Serrano. That's who I am. I'm just a girl, an average girl that loves to fight and get bloody and get sweaty and get all punched in the face.
But presumably you prefer doing the punching though, right?
Of course, but the party don't start until I get punched.
Well, look, there'll be another couple of girls doing some punching that night, September 24th. Our very own Raven Chapman. She is the only female boxer signed with Queensberry Promotions at the moment. She's a featherweight. She's in your division. She looks up to you. She's 3-0. Are you familiar with Raven at all?
To be honest, no. I really no, not too sure about her. I've heard of, because she's on the card. I saw her on the poster, so I was like, oh, okay, there's another girl on the card, which is cool, you know.
I think you'll be familiar with her after September 24th. She I asked her, oh, have you got any message for Amanda Serrano? I'm speaking to Amanda tonight. Initially, she was just like, oh, can we go out for a little bit of dinner after the weigh-in? So I think, look, she wants to chat with you, but she did also say, I'm looking forward to meeting her. I'm excited to be fighting on the same card. And when I win the title, she's fighting for a WBC international featherweight. When I win the title, it puts me one step closer to being her mandatory. What do you think about that?
I don't know about one step closer. I mean, I have 40-something, 45 fights. You know, she got, how many fights she has?
She's 3-0 at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm almost out of the game. You know, I'm looking forward. I'm looking for the champions and to become undisputed champion. I don't feel, you know, I should be looking back. So I just want to continue my pursuit and become an undisputed champion. I mean, that's what I have to say. You know, I respect that she looks up to me, which is, you know, I've opened the door for these young girls coming into the sport. You know, she's right now fighting for a champion, 3 fights. I mean, for a little title for 3 fights, which is pretty cool. But I think she has. I mean, I didn't start fighting until I had like 10, 11 fights, world titles. But I mean, you know, I'm just glad that I'm someone she looks up to, and I hope nothing but the best for all these girls and all these champions wanting to become a champion. And you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a role model, to be an inspiration, and I'm glad that I'm someone she looks up to.
Nicely said. Tell me, you're promoted by Jake Paul. Now, I've seen a lot of Jake Paul, the YouTube sensation. I've seen a lot of Jake Paul. Go on.
We're managed by Jake Paul. I know Jake Paul because they had the MVP promotion, so it's a management team. Yeah.
What's Jake Paul the manager like?
Oh, he's amazing. You know, he's so for the sport of boxing, and he knows how hurt we were and how hurt I was in particular. This fight fell off, and Nikisa and him, he was like, we need to get this girl a fight. So they were looking for a lot of places and trying to find the best place for us to defend my titles. And he went over his head, and now we're unifying. So I mean, he is the best manager, one of the best things that happened to our career, my team, and I'm excited to be a part of him, to be a part of MVP Promotions. Well, MVP.
Well, hopefully he's in town making loads of noise in September. Are you expecting him to come along with you?
I'm not sure. I think he's fighting sometime in October, so I don't know if he will have the time to come to Manchester to watch me fight. But I know he's going to be there watching me. He's going to be there in spirit, and I'm going to try to go get that Jake Paul knockout.
Well, let's see. Hopefully you can do it. One final one, Amanda, before I just close off. The main event that night, September 24th, is a heavyweight battle between Joyce and Joseph Parker. Look, I'm sure that you're looking forward to that one. How do you see that playing out?
Yes, heavyweights they're exciting. So you just never know with the big boys. You know, one punch can change it all. And you know, the heavyweights they're exciting. And I don't know. I don't want to be in the middle of any of them. I respect both of them.
Well said. Well, look, finally, what can UK fans expect from Amanda Serrano September 24th at the AO Arena, Manchester? What can we expect?
Oh, you expect nothing less but fireworks, hard punches, and a lot of punches. So don't blink.
I like it. We won't blink. Thank you so much for joining me, Amanda, and I'll see you very soon.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
See you soon.